welcome back to more Eternal Strands. Jumping back in from where I left off. We are actually making pretty good progress. We just got back from Lower Denevron. We pretty much did everything there. We defeated the weird boss that was there. I can't think of what it was called. But now we're heading back to Dredger's Mire to go to Paldervale, so we can look for a shop that someone owns, so we can determine if they have useful information there. And then we're going to be heading to Upper Denevron.
It's a good thing heat waves like this don't last long.
To find
The
two
plants
things.
would cook.
Farewell, food supply.
But I want to head to Warden's Roost. Is it up here? How the heck did I do that? Dang it. Good. Get to his back. Oh my gosh. Dang it. Where'd he go? Good. Ooh, that hurt. Dang it. No! Dang it. Ow. Are you kidding me? Where is it? Oh my gosh. Come on. Are you serious? And it's going back down. I'm not gonna be able to do this. It takes too long. It takes too long. I can't. Well, it does suck, but nothing I can really do about it. Nice. Wow, just sitting there.
That aerolift can influence the weather. Almost certainly why things are frozen over.
Malfunctioning, then.
Indisputably. The ice buildup must be causing a cyclical localized reaction.
Sure. I'll take care of it.
Good idea. Swampy environs and intense cold is bad even for Enclave parchment. Best to lower the risk.
Awesome.
There. Already warming up. Hope I didn't damage the priceless artifact too much.
Can't make an omelet, as they say.
Oh, there's gonna be this stuff everywhere.
A lot of notes here. Water damage from the cold and melt, though. Let's see. Materials. Huh. That's how you visualize a pattern. Lots of marginal notes. These have to be from Lucia. Ah, she mentions a flood in the later passages.
Sev and I will look at these together with her book then. See what we can learn in context. As Aurea says, candle is burning on our flood problem.
What the heck are those? Oh, they're just fire wolves. Okay. So that's everything here, I believe. I'm just trying to pick up anything that's on the floor. Okay. And now we're gonna head to Upper Denevron. Look for those two things after we consult Dom. Family.
Any luck with the materials we gathered from Lucia's workshops?
Yes. I'll let Sev fill you in.
We started with the book, which was painfully dry and highly theoretical.
Unsurprising. The Enclave was notoriously tight-lipped about the construction of the arcs.
The book was still useful, as it contained a number of craft-specific terms, shorthands and annotations, all critical. Referencing the book clarified the notes.
Without it, they bordered on deranged rant, especially at the end.
Sort of a window into her thinking.
We suspect Lucia spent a long time in isolation while working on these.
She covered many topics, but the most prominent was her work into the flood.
Okay.
Who exactly was Lucia? It seems like she had a lot going on.
Brilliant, but disturbed. She harbored a severe hatred of Enclave leadership, bordering on obsession.
Reams of fiercely colorful text, just to say some very rude things, especially about the Eye, their leader.
She was also, at one point, one of the most respected enchanters in the Enclave. She worked on something she refused to name, but was clearly of deep significance to the Enclave itself. Called it the source of all our problems.
Sadly, she only danced around that subject, and never offered details.
We know the Hearthsiders spent years working in Denevron after the Surge. Why do we think Lucia ended up so far from the capital?
It's evident she disagreed with the leaders of the Enclave and gathered others around her who agreed. There's talk of several meetings taking place in the Mire, most likely to be away from prying eyes.
Called her group the Verdant Minds. Very planty.
I like it. It's poetic.
Her workshop was a little brisk,
Okay.
even for my tastes. Any idea why?
She was fascinated with Enclave technology, specifically the dismantling, disruption, and repurposing of it.
She was experimenting with aeroliths, the massive enchanted stones that control the Enclave's weather. When the effect is accidentally concentrated, it can be quite intense. We suspect she was experimenting with the aerolith in relation to the floods. She predicted their start.
How do those devices I found with her mark on them tie into all of this?
In her final notes, her obsession shifted from the Enclave's leadership to the miasma flood. She was determined to find a way to stop it. On one
Determined?
hand, she looked to the aeroliths as a mitigation. Could they repel the miasma?
In the end, her answer was no. And so she turned to disruption. We think the arcs were tests. Could she shut them down?
And if so, could she shut down something larger?
She was clearly successful at least once. Maybe twice if we count the one outside the Veil.
Indeed, and when we're doing more general questions, that is what we must talk about.
All intriguing information. But we should focus on the flood. Does she have an answer for us?
Partially. This is the design.
Her research led her to one conclusion: to stop the floods. She needed to disrupt a barrier of some sort. The frustrating thing is that she never explains what barrier or where it could be found.
I'm assuming
She
it's the big
assumed,
one around the whole
unfortunately,
enclave.
that anyone else reading it would know what she was talking about.
Her design is detailed and specific. The device it would create inverts the flow of magic in enchanted objects, disrupting them for a time.
We think the devices we found on the arcs were prototypes, small experiments to determine efficacy and duration.
So what's the catch? If the floods are still happening, clearly she didn't build one.
Lucia's
Probably
thimble,
passed.
as she calls it, requires some highly specialized components. It has to withstand considerable magical flow, far more than what's produced by an arc.
It's like how mass scales exponentially. Just because you can build a scale model of an aqueduct doesn't mean the real thing can support its own weight.
If, and it is a very big if, we could find those components, we could construct Lucia's thimble. We have the expertise.
We'll find them. It's just a matter of time.
I only hope we have enough.
The other thing we'll need is a source of magical flame. Sola's mantle won't be enough by itself.
I can handle that part easily. Okay, so we have clear next steps.
Okay.
Just one more thing. What happened to Lucia?
The flood. Our best guess, at any rate. There's no sign of her.
Okay. So it seems like that quest is complete. So rare parts flame resonance refined serenite. Nine.
Doing all right, sir?
Apart from impending death.
Okay, we're going back to Upper Denevron. And going to Hollow Spire. Well, can't go that way. Perfect. Okay, how do I get in there?
Should be a drop somewhere around here. Let's see. Supplies. That's good. More orders. Huh.
What's up?
Drops will be assigned to specific teams and tracked individually to deal with recent concerns.
That's boss talk for we're watching you because someone had their hand in the cookie jar.
Well, got a phone call. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that. So now we're gonna head to the Bastion and to the Keep. We're gonna go to the bunker. And say, what the heck is the way out of here? But I found it.
Should be a drop somewhere around here. Another notice. Drops must be completed and all runners to safety before the next predicted flood.
This confirms they have a way to predict the floods, and some way to stay safe.
Let's stay focused on our runners for now. That's all of them.
3 supply drops. Not a lot of answers.
I believe I can help with that.
Okay. So that's that done. So let's head back. There's actually a lot of stuff we have to do.
R is the numbers of false increment that just indicates spaces. Ah,
Got it?
yes. I'll translate all that we have and we can discuss it with Casmin.
Good stuff, Lane. We need all the information we can get.
And valuable insight into post-surge society that developed here. We have enjoyed reasonable success.
That's Lane's way of saying they crushed it.
Notes being passed between a brother and sister, quite candid and dissatisfied. In particular with their boss, who they refer to as the Grumple.
The Grumple?
A Renlund myth, where ill-behaved children would be gathered up in a sack and tossed into the river to drown at the end of the year.
Bye.
The Grumple, yes. Renlund fables prominently featured drowning as a punishment for children. The myth has fallen out of favor in recent decades, though. Ren society is less forgiving of flights of fancy.
The Grumple. Really?
Really.
Moving swiftly on. What else did the drop say?
Remember that ominous note about tracking individually in specific teams?
From the context provided by our hauler, we now know a significant number of Hearthsiders survived the surge.
But only just surviving. They relied on the runner-hauler teams. But supplies consistently went missing. There is also a sense that the Enclave was getting increasingly dangerous for the Scouts.
The floods, of course.
With supplies running thin, the supply teams were falling under suspicion of stealing.
This pair responded with the entirely reasonable, if exhausting, plan of overperforming.
I've done that job, Lane. Sometimes you just need to prove the ass in charge wrong.
Indeed. They collected a cache of rare items they were planning to turn in when they felt its size and value would erase any suspicion.
Do we know if they turned it in?
No, but we know what it was. Or is.
And that's where I come in.
Okay. Search the large cache below the tattered mantle. It seems like these people were more intelligent and advanced. Clearly. At least I think. We're walking with wagons. They have like giant robots. So I'm kind of just assuming. But maybe this large cache will prove useful. That's the big guy. I don't like that guy. How the heck do you even see me from way up, like down there? Oof. Dang it. Just die. Good.
Wow.
Everything all right?
Yeah. There's just so much. Oh. And a letter. Encoded like the others.
Can't wait to work it out.
Okay. I was already down here. I should have gotten that. But whatever.
So, the letter. I'm prepared for bad news.
How did you know?
They were collecting supplies for other survivors. We know someone is out there. The supplies never made it to them. That, and the tear stains.
Is that what that was? Yes, well, there's a lot to cover. We have the cache itself and our scrounging siblings.
We should at least give you the high-level details on both. Where do you want to start?
What did the final note say?
Yes, right. It was a farewell. One sibling disappeared. The runner.
I thought the runner of the pair was the one we found.
So did we. But this last message was a farewell to his sister. Apparently the Grumpole...
Really?
I know. But apparently their boss had been ordered to stop wasting resources on the search.
And so our hauler left this farewell, hoping his sister might find it, on the off chance she was alive.
He was going to remove all their other messages so their plan wouldn't be found out.
We postulate he was on his way to do that, when...
When the flood caught him.
These people, however many are left, they've really been through it.
They might really need our help.
They're still organized and have a command structure, but it sounds dysfunctional.
Is there anything we could do, do you think?
Sadly, no. But their story will live on in our chronicle.
Did we confirm they weren't actually stealing from the Enclave?
The letter seems genuine. I think their plan was to bring in a big haul.
It says a lot about the Hearthsiders that our siblings thought this would clear any suspicion.
How so?
The cloud of suspicion tells us they were in dire times, tightening the screws on their own people.
But bring in a big load and we trust you. Doesn't that sound a little like a bribe?
So you think our runners were dirty?
No. I think the system's dirty, and they're just stuck working through it.
I'm not going to say the name, but do we have any sense of who was giving their orders?
The Enclave's leader was called the Eye, a first of firsts, after a fashion. Elected from the masters of each craft, the High Smith, High Enchanter, and so on. Unfortunately, we don't have any details about their direct superior. I will spare you the name.
Let's move on to something else.
Of course.
Talk to me about the supplies.
It should have
They did
just...
astonishing work. If I weren't sure they're both gone, I'd hire them.
Indeed, a robust collection, including several enchanted objects we barely recognize.
They had a keen eye for things that could decay and took care to preserve them.
You two sound giddy.
If there's one thing Lane and I are passionate about, it's preservation of rare objects.
Were there any hints of more of these?
As far as we can tell, this was it. Their motherlode.
It's impressive one runner could gather this much, frankly.
Have you been working your magic, Casmin?
Obviously. Thank you for bringing everything back so carefully.
Anything of note?
Yes, but let's save that until we've done the other questions.
Mysterious. That's enough about the cache.
Sure.
So, where do we go from here?
Good news. We compared notes with Dom. We found parts that will let us complete Lucia's thimble, from those schematics you decoded.
It has been a busy time. Solar will handle the assembly, of course.
I suppose the only other thing to say is, good job, Bryn.
Indeed. We have made progress in unraveling the shape of what the post-Surge society looks like in the Enclave. Further, these documents are invaluable to the historical record.
And maybe you put a couple souls to rest. Not to be sentimental.
Okay, quest complete.
How could I have been so careless?
Oh! Ooh, that's good. Upgrade, so 150 and 100. I think this one would be phenomenal. Maybe 4 is the last one. But if that's the case, then there's no really reason to collect stuff anymore besides upgrading. Nope, 5 is definitely where it's gonna be. It's a salvage. Bam! And I got 2 of them. This is phenomenal. Why would you upgrade this place if it's going to be a flood and we have to leave? We have to get out of here. To dye materials. Huh. Yeah, I figured 5 was gonna be the last one. So Asylum is the next part. Okay. So this is good. This is real good. But I am going to end it there. We accomplished a lot today, or at least in this episode. I do have to go and start dinner and do a couple of errands. So I will most likely be exploring the asylum later tonight. Yeah. But okay, so thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please consider following. If you want to see more, go to my YouTube channel, Spiritual Zombo, where you'll be able to see more of this and anything else I play. If you don't see anything you like, please consider commenting or private messaging us something you want to see, and I'll get this game as soon as possible. So once again, thank you very much. Hope you have a wonderful evening. If I don't see you again, thank you, and good night.